Welcome back to Sonic Unleashed for the finale of the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's just taken us almost a year to do this thing, Jesus Christ.
And it's not very often Sonic represents on screen how the both of us feel, is it, Gareth?
Just exhausted with this game, man. I think me and Tom are just going to use this part to just basically sum up how we feel about this game. So, Tom, I'll go first if you don't mind.
Yeah, go for it.
Essentially, everyone was saying before this game came out, this game was going to save the franchise, it was going to save the franchise. I always thought that it was never going to be solved in one game. I honestly believe that Sonic Unleashed and Black Knight are both taking steps to kind of fixing the problems, because I think this game is hands down the best made game. Like, there's no glitches or bugs in this game whatsoever. Like, and stuff like story and cutscenes have been worked on. I think all they need to do now is just work on gameplay mechanics, and like the next game should be really good. But I know this game probably has most divided fans. I know some people who claim this is the best game ever made ever. Some people just hate it. Like, I have a friend, Kari, she traded in this game because the Werehog battle theme pissed her off so much, she had to sell the game. I'll be honest with you, Tom, this cutscene annoys the crap out of me.
Why so, Gareth?
Because the opening of the game has Robotnik being such a badass. Like, he was finally back to SA2 Robotnik being so cool. And this cutscene reverts him back to Heroes. I mean, look at him. I mean, look. Come on, no, Robotnik, he was cool again. What the hell, man? That robot is a legend. I hope the robot returns, but pretty much. And hands down, this game is the best looking in the franchise. I mean, this is the first game ever where the in-game cutscenes look just almost as good as the pre-rendered ones. And in terms of music, I love the fact that they finally brought in a full orchestra. I like the idea of the score, but I felt that the score wasn't as good as it could have been, if that makes any sense to you, Tom. And of course, Professor Pickle, my main man, best original character for years. I want him to come back. I want Professor Pickle to come back, man. Seriously.
He's like the only human character in the franchise besides Robotnik who's worth a shit.
He's so hilarious, man. I love him. He's great. How can you not love any old man voiced by Dan Green who's obsessed with cucumber sandwiches? Okay, well, I think I pretty much said my piece about the game, mate. You go.
Well, since I'm liable to cut out since Gareth is recording this now, I'm going to switch over to Audacity for a second, so excuse this change in sound quality.
Okay.
How do I feel about Sonic Unleashed? Well, like most Sonic games, interesting concept, i.e. the Werehog, but kind of a mediocre execution, really. What I had expected of the Werehog, and this is probably my fault for expecting something that I know Sonic Team would not deliver just by looking at earlier videos and whatnot, it's kind of a more emphasis on acrobatics in terms of platforming and whatnot. As it is, it's just kind of a mindless brawler with a few platforming sections crammed in. And yeah, while I did have fun with it, it's just not on the level it should have been. The Sonic sections, I'll be honest, are more akin to Sonic Rush in 3D rather than the Mega Drive games. And you know what, at this point in time, I don't really care if the Sonic games don't play as they did back in the day on the 16-bit systems. I want a Sonic game that can make a gimmick its own and hone it to perfection. So gameplay, they still have a long way to go, but I did enjoy what was on offer. Music, fantastic. Don't really have a bad word to say about the score, really. Some of the night tracks were a tad repetitive. Graphically, I loved it. It's such a breath of fresh air after the horrible designs of the humans and just the graphics in general in 06. The Pixar style works great, although a lot of people have said they don't care for it for some reason. I can't really understand that, but whatever. Supporting characters, I actually really like Chip. I think he's a good character. He's not obnoxious. He's more like he has a childlike curiosity, whereas Scrappy Doo, he was just a prick. A big prick who just wanted his way the entire time. Chip, he doesn't talk during levels, so I can't really understand that comment about him being obnoxious and whatnot. If he kind of stopped the game like he did in the Wii version, in the tutorials, to say, "Hey Sonic, this is how you jump," yeah, that would have been obnoxious. In summation of all my thoughts, I did like Unleashed, but the Sonic franchise has a very long way to go in terms of the quality. I'm going to say it. It has a long way to go in terms of the quality it outputted back in the Mega Drive days.
I like this because it kind of brings the story full circle by having it end the way it started with him landing in the dirt.
I really enjoyed the story. It was very light-hearted at times with uncringeworthy humour like in 06 and Heroes a little bit, but it was serious when it needed to be, like from Eggman Land onwards.
I liked it because it was a pretty simple story, but it was well written. I just want to say I love this piece of music. It's called Always, and it's just a very nice reprise of the World Adventure. Beautiful stuff.
I think it's this ending which kind of sealed Unleashed as a game which I really enjoyed, just for its simplicity, really.
Because it kind of slightly reminds me of 06 with having a slightly bittersweet ending, but I really liked it.
Well, Gareth, we're here at the end of the playthrough. What are your final thoughts on the definitive version of Unleashed?
My opinion, there isn't one. Whichever version you prefer to play is the definitive version to you.
Didn't see that one coming, did you, bitches? Well, thank you all for watching. So from me, Tom64.
And me, Fastest Thing Alive.
Please join us in our next Sonic playthrough, Sonic CD. See you next time.
Goodbye.
This is my escape. I'm running through this world and I'm not looking back. 'Cause I know I can go where no one's ever gone and I'm not looking back. But how will I know when I get there? And how will I know when to leave? We've all gotta start from somewhere, and it's right there for me. The possibilities are never ending. I see it, and now it's all within my reach. Possibility. I see it now. It's always been inside of me. And now I feel so free. And it's possibility. And so I'll carry on. My time to shine has come. I feel it. As fast as I can go, straight to the top. I know you'll see it. So please wake me up when I get there. It feels like I'm lost in a dream. I know in my heart that it's my time, and I already see the possibilities are never ending. I see it, and now it's all within my reach. Possibility. I see it now. It's always been inside of me. And now I feel so free. It's possibility. Drop that top 'cause you beat me again. No, this is where my journey begins. You're losing speed, you're losing your flow. But inside me's a power you'll never know. Let it out, it's inside you. You better all stand back 'cause I'm coming through. I see it, and now it's all within my reach. I see it now, it's always been inside of me. I see it, and now it's all within my reach. Possibility. I see it now, it's always been inside of me.